Flower family, welcome back. Okay, if you are new here, welcome. Now is a great time to subscribe. Y'all know I gotta stop talking with my hands. It's so distracting. Anyway, what's more distracting is this unit that I am actually wearing today. This is in collaboration with OMGHerHair. Y'all, if you don't know, they are another one of my favorite companies. So I told you guys I was going to be letting you know piece by piece some of my top companies. So the ultimate goal is to give you a full list of 10 companies that I absolutely adore. Number 3 is OMGHerHair. So OMGHerHair has been around for quite some time. As you guys can see, the unit that I'm wearing today is this nice, sleek, bust down middle part, okay? All the details will be listed down in my description box below. Now, I'm aware that the seasons are changing, right? So we're going more into winter. Some people are still going to be wearing the wigs, but a lot more people are going to be getting into more of the quick weave, the sew-ins, all of the things, right? Just because you don't have to deal with the humidity, I get it. And also, I think the wig culture is kind of starting to shift a little bit. This video is for the girls that still want to be able to wear color without having to actually dye your natural hair. That is me, okay? If you guys have been following me for some time, I actually dyed my hair blonde. It was more on the yellow side, okay? But I did that a few years ago. It did end up breaking off my hair, so I had an extremely terrible experience with color. If that is you, let me know down in the comment section below, because that has happened to me. I don't really know if I have 4C, 4B, whatever type of hair, but it is a coarse texture and it is naturally on the drier side, lower luster, all of the things. So anytime I apply color, it's a problem. So I say all that to say wigs like this save my life because it gives me the chance to get the color without having to damage my natural hair. And I also just think I look better in black. So this is a good way to kind of switch it up when I'm feeling spicy, okay? Now jumping right into this video, of course, we're going to take a look at the packaging. One of my favorite colors, which is not really a color, it's a shade, is gray. And yeah, the packaging has always been top tier for me. I've been working with them since the beginning of my channel. That's why they're number 3, okay? You are always going to get a unit that's going to come to you really quickly. The packaging is going to be there. They typically give you a satin bag. This was one of the first companies I remember putting satin bags in their packaging, including the box as well. And then of course they do include a comb, a thank you card, and a wig cap. So that's cool. Now, if you are somebody that needs a little bit more, y'all, I have all of the things that you need for your wigs installs on my actual Amazon store. And y'all, I told you I gotta stop talking with my hands, okay? Anyway, I have all of those products listed on my Amazon store. So just check out my description box in the event that there's something you like. Chrissy, I actually need, yeah, it's probably there. Now, as for the wig, I was already excited about this because I had been kind of doing my little research on YouTube. Anytime that I do a video, I always type in what I would particularly make the title to be. And so, of course, based off of the description of the wig, I found some of my favorite YouTubers had already reviewed this unit and it looks beautiful. The first thing that I thought about was like, I don't have to style this, okay? It's already gonna come pre-styled, pre-plucked, pre-bleached, all of the things. So yes, it is customized. So if you guys know me, you also would know that I do have a grading rubric, which is going to go over everything from the quality, the price, the packaging, the style, and how custom it is. So y'all see, we have already checked off the boxes of quality because right away, as soon as I take a look at this unit, the color looks flawless. Now, you guys can kind of determine how far up or down you guys would want that color to actually fade. I think they did a great job. Sometimes we get a balayage highlight that is not as bleeded and blended as well. I think they did a really good job at maintaining the darker roots and then, of course, giving us the highlights and lowlights and toning out the hair all at once. Super beautiful. Of course, this is a longer unit than what I typically get. Y'all know I've been like a cool 16, 18, maybe a 20 inch. But in this case, I let OMGHerHair decide what they wanted to send me. So I'm here for the longer look, okay? Now, y'all know I am kind of lazy when it comes to installing wigs. I'm not somebody that really obsesses about the glue unless it's a unit that I know I'm going to be wearing for an extended period of time. So typically I like to go ahead and just throw on a new wig cap, which of course they did include one in the packaging. And then of course I usually will try on the wig to see what it's looking like without applying anything else. right away I knew that, okay, girl, you got to pull out that true scalp tape. If you guys don't know about it, it is the key, okay, to a seamless install without having to do the ball cap method, because we ain't trying to lose our edges, okay? So the true scalp tape usually does the job, and all that I do, of course, I cut it in half. It comes in like one long strip. Cut it in half. That way it's some for now, some for later. Y'all know preservation is everything. And then, of course, I just kind of round out one of the ends. That way you don't have that harsh line going across your forehead. And then I just apply the wig as normal. So instead of me like flipping the wig or flipping my head down and then putting the wig on, lately I've just been sliding it on. I'm like, why was I doing it the most complicated way? I don't know. So anyway, once I got the wig on, I was super happy with the way that it was looking already. And I noticed that they did actually go ahead. Well, obviously it does come pre-plucked. So I think that this is the way that they naturally ventilate the wig, because I doubt that they are like fully creating the wig and then going back in to pluck it. I just don't see that being the case. But the wigs are always beautifully constructed. You're always going to get an adjustable cap and also an elastic band on the inside, which is also going to have this like rubber on it, which is going to sit very comfortably at the nape of your neck, so you don't have to worry about it sliding. Now, I knew that I wanted to apply this with a little bit of Pump It Up. If y'all don't know, okay, don't be afraid of the Pump It Up. I use that to install all of my wigs. It has beat out Gotta Be Glue spray, the Ebin spray. I mean, all of the things that you see, Pump It Up is by far the most reliable hairspray that I have used to install my wigs. So as you guys can see, today is no different. I literally went ahead and just fit the wig to my head. I did go ahead and pre-cut off the lace around the ears and also the nape of the neck, just to kind of get rid of the hard work, right? Obviously, it would be a little bit harder for me to do that on my own head than if I was doing this on like a client or, you know, someone else. So I went ahead and just pre-cut that off. Once I got the wig on and comfortable, I made sure that I had it exactly where I wanted to sit, because I have the tendency of doing like an off-center middle part, which is kind of interesting. Don't really know how that always happens, but it usually does. So once I was happy about the placement of the wig, I did go ahead and take a foundation brush. So if you guys don't have one, get you one, okay? If I need to add, actually, I do have this. So if you guys have not visited my 𝐻𝐿 store, that's 𝐻𝐿 like an owl, okay? 𝐻𝐿, that is where I have also listed more of like the makeup products that I like to use. So from my foundations, concealers, lip glosses, lipsticks, like my go-to makeup products, brushes that I use, all of those things are listed there. So I will definitely post a link in my description box in case you want the brush that I'm using. So I go ahead and just take that brush. I spray a little bit of the Pump It Up on it. I have a towel beside me so I don't have it like going everywhere, because it gets really, really sticky. So I literally just go ahead and flip back the wig cap. I make sure that I have my powder brush that I usually use for foundation, just to go ahead and apply a little bit more of a tint to the lace, because it was a little bit lighter than my skin tone. And then I go ahead and just follow that up with the Pump It Up, which has been applied to that foundation brush. So really, really quick. I don't do multiple layers. I mean, if you want to, you can, no big deal. And then of course I flip down the lace, pull it really snug, make sure that everything is nice and laid down. They did a beautiful job of pre-setting this wig, because there were no flyaways that I had to worry about. The hair was already pulled back. It actually looked like it had been like pre-pressed out, which I have learned from selling my own custom wigs. No matter how much I press that baby out against the mannequin head, the moment that it shapes to your customers or your client's head, you're gonna have to some extent, make small changes. And so of course, y'all know that's exactly what I did. So I did go ahead and just hit it with my Pattern Beauty blow dryer. Really easy. So if you guys need access to that, it is also listed in my 𝐻𝐿 store as well. So that again will be in my description box. So yeah, I pretty much just let that heat up and pretty much set into place, because if you know anything about Pump It Up, it is a fast drying spray. So no, I did not have to go in with the lace band. You don't necessarily need it, but I did actually take the back of my comb just to get rid of any of the hair that may have gotten caught, laid down too slick. You just want to make sure that you're constantly combing through that. And then of course, go ahead and cut off the lace. So I did very particularly cut off the lace. Sometimes I'll make a little mistake and have a little too much left over. It's not a big deal. You can go back through piece by piece, cut it off. And then of course you want to make sure that the edges are actually laid down. Now, I ran out of mousse, so I actually need to make a beauty supply store run. Let me show you something that you can do real quick in the event that you don't have mousse. Essentially, in my mind, mousse is just a little bit of hairspray mixed with some water. Very light holding spray, liquefied, put it into a foam little pump, boom, you got mousse. I don't know if that's true, but in my mind, that's what mousse is. So I took a little bit of water in my spray bottle. This is actually what I use for my plants, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Took a little bit of water in combination with the brush that I used to originally apply the Pump It Up, the foundation brush. Sprayed that brush just to get it a little bit damp and to also kind of dilute the Pump It Up that was already there. By this time, the brush had had enough time to kind of cool down, not even cool down, but get stiff, just because it dries so quickly. So I wanted to just re-moisten that, and I literally just went across the edges of the wig to relay down any areas that kind of just didn't sit right. And that happens. You're using hairspray, so the lace is going to kind of get a little stiff. All right, now don't be ashamed of it. All you have to do is go back in with typically mousse. Again, if you don't have the mousse, this is what I'm doing. And I just lightly went across everything. And then, of course, use the edge or the very tip of a rat tail comb to just go through and make sure that everything is laid as flat as possible. Hit it with the blow dryer to cool it off, cool it down, set it into place. And you guys, you have a flawless install. Okay, now for the styling, super easy. I had already had my hot comb heating up, so yeah, I was ready to pretty much get to work. Okay, I made sure that my middle part was exactly where I wanted it. Very particular with that. Y'all know you probably don't know because I cut this out. So you guys probably don't know, but a lot of times when I'm doing my hair, there's a lot of parts that just kind of get cut out. So I took quite some time to actually get this part straight. Once I did, I took a little bit of the Pump It Up and I just literally sprayed it directly on the hair. I should have done this at more of a distance, so be light-handed because it will turn white on you, okay? Just because it's super tacky, right? So you don't want that. If you have to apply a little bit on your hands and then smooth it on the hair, that's usually the best application, and it works for me each and every time. And so, of course, I just took the comb, combed everything through just to make sure that it was laying down and kind of going to one side. And then, of course, I just hit it with the hot comb to ensure that everything was going to be nice, flat, sleek, because y'all can see this is a bust down middle part. And I went back and forth with myself for about 20 minutes trying to figure out if I wanted to add layers to this and curl it up. But this hair is so soft, buttery, flowy. When I say buttery, my clients, y'all know, the old ones, my OGs, okay? Y'all know buttery hair is my favorite, okay? It just does something to me. That super soft texture that when it runs across your neck, you ain't like, ooh, what's that? Okay, you're not getting stuck, poked, and all that, okay? The hair is soft, doing what it needs to do. It has a beautiful shine. The color does not look tired or stressed at all. Y'all know that blonde I'm talking about. I ain't calling nobody out. I am just saying. So once we got everything pretty much laid down the way that I wanted to, I was feeling real cute and confident about the way that everything looked. I did not have to go back in with a flat iron, nothing. All that I wanted to do was show y'all this length at this point, and of course trim off the ends because I'm just a fan of those blunt cut ends. It just looks so much more intentional to me, and I love to see natural hair, weaves, wigs. It does not matter, with some type of structure, some type of cut. I don't want to see the straggly ends. I don't care if you got a 36-inch, baby. Cut it to about a 34. That's okay. That's just how I think because I just love that structured cut. So anyway, trimmed off the ends, and then I decided to go ahead and just bump them with a curling rod. Y'all see, I already had it to the side because I was like, if I add layers to this, it's going up, okay? Anyway, there's this sidebar. There's this personality that I'm starting to see so many vloggers and YouTubers have or mimic online, and I don't know where it originated, but it's irritating my soul because I'm like, where is the authenticity? I know that I'm naturally corny. I know that sometimes my voice is deeper. Sometimes it is a little higher, but at the end of the day, it's still me. So it's where is this it's like a city girl, but elevated. It is very strange. But anyway, I digress. Back into the video. All I'm saying is, do you, be you, stay true to you, please do, because I would rather that so much more, like so much more. Anyway, now, one of the things that was starting to kind of get under my skin was the fact that this has happened to me so many times. Sometimes we get a little happy when we start to pluck. And like I said, if the wig was ventilated in this way, it is very possible that OMGHerHair, this is just the way that they ventilate their wigs, which I know that to be true because I have so many of their other units and they are all plucked in structure in this exact same way. So what I typically will do whenever I'm wearing a middle part, because their wigs to me are worn best pulled away from the face because it's just so perfectly like threaded out. So I'll go ahead and actually take a little fluffy little eyeshadow brush and very lightly take a dark brown eyeshadow, and I will just go directly in near the area where the part is, because I know that sometimes it can just look like something's missing. Like if you have made that mistake by just like over plucking the area where your part is, y'all know what I'm talking about. But this is a great way to go ahead and kind of cover that up. So just do this lightly. You don't have to overkill. I don't want y'all to walk away with like, girl, you're looking scary, okay? So just be very light-handed with it. You guys can see one side, it looks a little bit fuller now that I have added that powder. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. Very light-handed. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but just a little goes a long way. And then I also took a little bit of mascara as well, just to further kind of deepen that up. And then I hit it with the hairspray just to make sure it's not going to move when I go to like smooth over my hair. I don't need to be getting anything like black or anything like that. So the hairspray seals it in. Even better, okay? And y'all, mind you, I have only done, at this point, we have only used water and Pump It Up to install a wig. 2 products to install a wig. That's all you need. Stop playing, okay? And as you guys can see, voila, voila la la la, y'all, this, look at the, I mean, come on. So you guys can see the transformation that we have done. The hairline, in my opinion, looks so much better and fuller at that root since we added that powder. And then, of course, the hair is bone, silks out straight. We added a little bit of Pump It Up just to smooth away any of the flyaways. I rubbed it on my hands and then smoothed it down the hair. And y'all, look at the length, the luster, the color. Beautiful, guys. This is too cute. Everything 10 out of 10. The unit looks amazing. I decided not to add any layers, as y'all can see. A nice bone straight look. If I decided to do a bob, I don't know why all the bobs are like, they're calling me. I don't know what it is, like bob season. Hey girl, how you doing? Because I don't know, but the bone straight look very beautiful. Again, I cannot say how thankful I am for OMGHerHair over the years. You guys have been so supportive of my brand as I have to yours. So thank you. And like I said, this is top 3. So you guys wanted that full list of like, Chrissy, all your hair companies, let us know your favorites. They are slowly being released. So definitely make sure to check out the description box so that you can get a direct link to the wig. And also check out the coupon code because I'm pretty sure they'll give me one. Usually they do. So you don't want to miss out on the further savings. And also be sure to give this video a like if you guys have made it to this point in the video. Y'all know it helps me. If you are not already subscribed, now is a great chance to go ahead and do that. I love y'all so much. Stay pretty. And of course, y'all know I will see you in my very next video. Bye, babies.